Nice crowd. We got a lot of people. We got a lot of people standing outside tonight. It's freezing. They got here yesterday like at 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Well, I'm worried about them. Would anybody like to give up your place? Let some people come in from the cold. You go out to the cold. I don't think so. I just want to say hello, Pennsylvania.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Ken Big Fish. Once again, thank you. Trump and the economy. Are we in trouble? Let's listen in to Trump.
That's what you are. So am I. I'm a proud hard worker. I'm a proud patriot, but you're a proud patriot. Thank you.
Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Crystal. Hope you're feeling better. So Trump is, what I'm hearing, he's going to be campaigning. He talks tonight, economy, affordability. He speaks in Minneapolis, St. Petersburg there, in Pennsylvania, excuse me. He's got some concerns of the economy, Uncle Charlie. He's got some concerns, but he's also going to be out campaigning. What is he going to be campaigning for? Well, my sources tell me that he wants to make sure that the conservatives continue to win the House in 26. So starting next year, you're going to see a lot more of Donald Trump, out there like we're used to seeing, probably for the last time, because now a lot of people want him to be president again, but he's going to hand the torch over. But he's going to discuss the problem we have right now with affordability, or do we have a problem? So we're going to listen in to Donald Trump. I appreciate the moderators for being here. Thank you so much for these live streams. Sorry, guys, I haven't been live. Let me just turn the camera around. And let me get a light on. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry, I was live last night real late. Guys, I'm just really, really busy. I'm not complaining. Hello, everybody, and welcome in. And with my job, plenty of clients, I'm not complaining, and it's taken a lot of my time. I really enjoy these lives. I hope I can continue doing these lives. I'm just trying to figure out what time I can do it. I'm trying to squeeze them in now with the holidays and Christmas coming. It's very, very tough. So, I just got home. I literally got home an hour ago. But, YouTube, we got to keep these lives. Kenneth, how are you, Kenneth? Good to see you. I got to keep these lives going for the YouTube algorithm, so we can continue our success with the homeless. So, this is a good topic tonight. We're going to stay live for about an hour or so. And again, President Trump speaks on the economy. And for those who are just coming in, there's signs that the Republicans and conservatives are slightly worried. Although when you listen to this, Trump doesn't seem too worried. And of course the Democrats. So a lot needs to be done here. Let me just see what's going on here. All right, so we're going to listen to Donald Trump here, and I'm going to stay quiet. And for those who didn't see it, but let me just welcome in a few people. Yeah, Kenneth, I'm good to see you. We got here Mickey. Hello, Mickey. Mike, how are you, Mike? Once again, Uncle Charlie, I still haven't gotten those lights, Uncle Charlie. I've been slammed. There's going to be no excuse. I'm hoping that this weekend I can get these lights up. This slam at work. So, what am I going to do? I have to work. So these hours are just like morning to night. And I'm just literally getting in the house. I'm a little slower tomorrow, so maybe I can get a live in. And, people are telling me, Sal, you got to be in YouTube, man. You got to be in the morning, night. Well, I got to pay my bills too. So, it's not that easy. So I know a lot of these are disappointed. I'm not putting these lives out as much, but I certainly do my best. And also too, I'm also working with the homeless and getting these meetings, and a lot is, but we're going to talk about it. If you guys can hang out a little bit about what we're accomplished. We got about 25 people into these nonprofit facilities. It's great. It's all because of you guys. So there is people who are getting into these Salvation Army here in Las Vegas and things like that. But let's sit back and listen to Trump, and then we'll take some breaks and discuss.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great reception. We're on to expose what happened recently when we took over. It's 10 months, and already we have the largest investment ever made in the history of, not our country, of any country anywhere in the world. Think of that. But let me begin by
Thank
wishing
you,
each
Crystal.
and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that stuff. Remember when I started in 2015, I made my first speech.
Wow.
And I said, we're going to bring back Christmas. Remember, the radical left wanted to get rid of they wanted to
And
get
he
rid
brought
of
it
the word
back.
Christmas.
Merry
I said, I
Christmas.
don't think that's going to work out.
Merry Christmas
And we
to
did
all
it,
of
and
you.
now everybody's saying Merry Christmas again. But just over 1 year ago today, with your help, we saved America. That's what happened. We saved it.
Vehicle, God bless.
Election victory, possibly in the history of our country. Our country was going down. We were a country that was being scoffed at, laughed at all over the world. We won all 7. Thank you, Charlie. She said, and you saved us. Who are you? Stand up, please. Who said that?
Welcome in LGBT for Trump 24. Good to see you, my friend. We love you, Trump.
Love her. Only in Pennsylvania can this happen. I know the state. By the way, last election, did we kick ass? We won. That means
Crystal,
we won
thank you so
3
much.
times in a row, as you know.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
But
Thank
we
you.
won all
Thank you.
7 swing states. We won the Electoral College 312 to 226. We won, and by the way, the real vote was much more than this, but we wanted to make it too big to rig. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many
Shout out to
decades,
Crystal
and we
for
won
helping out the homeless.
86% of all counties in America.
And a cigar for Sal.
2,700 to 525.
Wow.
That's good. We did it.
Welcome in,
We
everybody.
did it.
Here's your
And now,
president,
after
Donald
just
Trump.
10 months in office, I'm pleased to report that America is winning again.
Thank you,
Pennsylvania is
Crystal.
prospering again. And I will not rest until this Commonwealth is wealthier and stronger than ever before. Remember when Biden got up and called you a state? That was not good. He said, it's great to be back in the state. Oh, where are we? Where are we? What state is it? It's Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. Now, we're respected again as a country. We're respected. Since my inauguration, we've created nearly 60.
Hey, we're going to pause it there, guys, for a second here. Thank you, Crystal, so much for that donation. Appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe. We help out the homeless here on this station when we can. If you sound like Trump's campaigning, it's because he is. Why is he campaigning? Is he going to run for the president a 3rd term? Probably not. They think it's the best interest. The Republicans who saved our country, both Democrat and Republican, they figure this was an important topic, the affordability of the economy. I am a Trump supporter, voted for him 3 times, but I do have concerns about the economy, like a lot of us do, particularly for groceries, and particularly meat. And I got some New York steaks last night to see my Philadelphia Eagles lose, and just for some ribeyes, $23. But he's going to be campaigning probably in the beginning of the year. Why? Why would he be campaigning? Because they are very concerned to keep the House and the Senate. And I'm worried. I'm a little worried about losing the House, and I tell you why. Not because I'm a Republican, not because I'm a conservative, because we're not ready for the Democrat radical left yet, because of their idiot ideas. And by the way, if they had anything to do better than tariffs or anything else, I would perhaps hear them talk. So with that said, he's going to be campaigning out there, because when Trump talks and you are running for a Senate or a House seat, you see what happens when he doesn't campaign. Something about Trump. So if you're living in a conservative area, maybe you think that the Republican's going to win. But when you hear Trump coming to Pennsylvania, wherever it might be, in the swing states, it'll make people go out and vote. Ladies and gentlemen, we must vote. We cannot let the radical AOCs, Mandani, and the radical Gavin Newsom, and the list continues. Because if they win the House, it's not about them trying to impeach Trump. It's much bigger than that. Because then Trump's going to stop getting a lot of stuff done. And right now, I believe Trump hasn't even been president for a year. I mean, by the way, this is a fact. 10 months, the best any president has done overall. Now, I just said there's concerns about the economy. Trump's concerned about the economy. But remember, he inherited an awful, one of the worst economies other than Jimmy Carter, and I guess you could say George Bush. This is very tough, and he's gotten eggs down, gas down. You're going to hear him talk about it. But there is some concerns, and Trump knows that, and Trump's going to be out there sounding like he's running for president again. So that's why you hear him back. I miss these days, don't you guys? Don't you kind of miss it when he's out there, you know? I love it with the YMCA and all that music on, man. He got us all pumped up, right? Let us know if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Let us know if you feel comfortable with city and state you're coming into. And let me just say this. Merry Christmas, as Trump says. We got Merry Christmas back. It'll never be taken away again. And that's that. Let's listen to more about Trump and the economy.
1,000 new Pennsylvania jobs, including 4,000 Pennsylvania manufacturing jobs that the Democrats gave up on. You're doing better than you've ever done. Under our leadership, more than 40,000 Pennsylvanians have been lifted off of food stamps. 40,000.
40,000 lifted off the food stamps.
And working
Whoa!
with a great guy.
Vehicle. Whoa!
David McCormick. He used to go to
Thank you, Mike.
every rally I had. He knew what was happening. And he's here again, as usual. I can't get rid of this guy. Where is he? He got a little lucky, though, you know, in Butler, a place called Butler, Pennsylvania. I love Butler, Pennsylvania, but it's amazing. And we had a tremendous crowd, like 55, 60,000 people. Then I called David. I said, David, come on up. He was working like hell to get elected. It was a tough race. And very few people could have done what he did. But I said,
295 would be correct.
I said, David, come on up. Come on up. I want to, this was before the thing happened. And
sorry, I've seen an 88-year-old man lose his pension.
You're so lucky,
I have to
David.
vote Democrat.
You're so
You
lucky
lost my
don't
vote.
know.
Trump
I
took
could've had
Christmas
a
away.
different
Not
shape
fooling me.
here.
Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
You know, you got very lucky that day. People don't talk about that, but I remember I called him up and I said, just stay there. Because he was walking a little bit slowly. I didn't want to.
I appreciate your donation. We're able to forward that. If you're new to the channel, Democrat, Republican, black, white, gay, whatever it might be, we're able to help out the homeless. We don't just help them out during the Christmas, Thanksgiving. We're able to help them out in the struggling time. So 100% of these donations will be forwarded on to help the homeless. I appreciate it so very much. All right, let's continue with Trump.
Take the time. Oh boy, that was a good day for you. What a job he did. He's really a great guy. And his wife, Dina, is fantastic. Thank you. Stand up, brother. He's a lucky man. Working with Senator David McCormick, we've secured commitments for nearly $100 billion of investments in Pennsylvania. We were up here
Wow.
a few months ago. Some of the greatest energy companies in the world made that. We were doing it on a beautiful day. A little warmer than it is outside today, David. But over $100 billion, and we've saved a great American company. You know, we saved, this little group of people and me, saved a little company called U.S. Steel, and it's hot as a pistol now. And we have the keys to the company. It's always going to be here. It's never moving. They said, what happens if it moves to Japan? I said, you can't.
$2.09 in gas in Houston. Whoa.
You can move a headquarters, but the steel
Ozzy,
mill
how are you?
stays here.
Welcome in,
That's all
Ozzy.
that matters. And I will tell you, the company is spending billions and billions of dollars, and there was no second by comparison. Other companies were interested, and they really are. They call me all the time, tell me they're really excited about it. And, you know, they're building a lot of additional plants. It's turning out to be beyond what anyone thought
Mike Amp,
possible,
thank you
but
so
we
much
gotta
for being
say,
here, and
US
thank you for
Steel-
those comments.
US Steel was one of the greatest.
Appreciate it. If you're new to the
companies in
channel,
history.
like and
For a
subscribe.
long period of time,
As
years
Trump
ago,
for
the
listening to
greatest
Trump earlier
company
today.
anywhere in the world. US Steel was, you see it with the big factories that were, I mean, 2 years ago. Now it's starting to fill up. The tariffs have filled it up because people are coming here. Other steel companies are coming to Pennsylvania now because they don't want to spend 100%, 50%, 25% on tariffs are all coming in. It's amazing. You know, the word, remember when I said tariff? My favorite word is tariff. True, but then I got a lot of heat from the fake news. Look at all of them back there. I took a lot of heat. I got up early on. I said my favorite, it's turning out, you know, tariffs are bringing us hundreds of billions of dollars. I just helped our farmers out because
you see what he did for their farmers? Did we see a lot of little people, trolls come on here? He did good for the farmers.
We just gave them right out of the tariff money, cost us nothing, right out of the hundreds of billions that we've taken in. We gave the farmers a little help, $12 billion.
12 billion.
And they are
Would it
so
be?
happy. And all they want is a level playing field. And now it's happening. And the tariffs are making them rich. It's going to be, you're going to see what happens over the next 2 years. It's like a miracle is taking place. But we've taken in
the best
hundreds of billions of dollars, really trillions. Scott, we have the great Scott Bassett. Scott, stand up.
Scott Bassett.
And if you add to that all of the companies that are pouring their money to building plants in Pennsylvania and many other states, auto plants, AI plants, plants of every type, which we would have never had if we didn't put the tariffs on.
Exactly.
You see where Europe now is saying, I think we got to start doing
like Ozzy said. Relax, Al. Takes a little time.
Kicked, and it's true. But Scott, if you really think about it, it's trillions.
And $2,000 coming to American wage to some Americans out there.
The smart people understand it.
Rebates.
Other people are starting to learn. But the smart people really understand it. 1 year ago, under Sleepy Joe Biden, have you heard of him? You know, okay.
Hey, thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. $24.62. The amount for farmers was a drip in a bucket. Drip in a bucket. But what the F is wrong with you? Thank you for the donation. We're able to forward that on to the homeless. Appreciate your comment.
Look, the King of Saudi Arabia told me this. He said, sir, 1 year ago,
this
I was
is
in
true.
Saudi Arabia. Somebody complained that I was making a foreign trip. I went to Saudi Arabia,
Listen to this.
Qatar, and UAE. I brought back $4 trillion. They said, he should be traveling. He should focus on home. What the hell do you think I'm doing?
Right.
And 250 Boeing jets. I brought back so much everything. Then they say, he should, you know, the stupid people, they say, he should be living up.
Tracy, thank you. High five.
It's, no, it's sort of crazy, right? But 1 year ago, the King of Saudi Arabia said it. He said, sir, 1 year ago, you were a dead country. Dead.
We were.
Focusing on
Yes or no to chat? Yes or no to chat? Were we a dead country 1 year ago? Y or N?
The Emir of Qatar said it. The UAE said it. The big company, the big small
LGBT, thank you so much.
We were a dead country.
Appreciate all your support.
We were going down the tubes. And now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. There's nobody close.
Democrat Lance, hold on. Let's all put USA in the chat. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, right? Thank you for the comment and the donation once again. Democrat landslide in 26, referring to the midterms. And thank you for the donation. Says in 28, a Democrat president. Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you agree with that? Will we lose midterms, Republicans, America, common sense, and as well as lose the presidency? And to follow up, I'm going to ask this. Who will be the next Democrat president? AOC? Gavin Newsom? What do you think? Huh?
And And it's because of the election on November 5th, because that's when it started. You see what's happening with recruitment in the military. The enrollment is the highest we've ever had.
Ozzy.
And you know, right before November 5th, we couldn't get anybody in the military. We couldn't get police. We couldn't get firemen. We couldn't get anybody.
Mayor
And after
Madani.
November 5th, that's when it started. Right now, we have the highest enrollment we've ever had, the greatest recruitment days we've ever had in the military. It's amazing.
Kamala, who is she? Who's Kamala?
And it's also, again, it's a thing called
LGBT, thank you for the heart. God bless you, my friend. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. The whole month is Merry Christmas. Even my Jewish friends say, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday.
Otherwise, they'll criticize you for straying from the speech. By the way, if I read what's on the teleprompter, you'd all be falling asleep right now. But it's true, 1 year ago, and during periods of time, I'd say...
Tracy, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Overwhelmed for the donations. Thank you. Big help for the homeless. Thank you.
What about God? What about family? What about religion? What about your sons, your daughters?
Yeah, what about God? Because on this channel, we don't judge. But what about God? It's good to have hope. But when the previous administration, Janine, hello Janine, wants to eliminate that in our lives, I mean, who am I to say you have to? No, it's a common sense. Merry Christmas, believing in hope, God, Jesus. You know, this administration is bringing back, ladies and gentlemen, common sense. Is he perfect, President Trump? No, pretty close. No, but he's not. And I've called him out. I've called him out. But, again, if you're new to the channel, you got this president who's done more than any president in our lifetime in 10 months versus the previous administration auto pen committee. In my opinion, can anybody who's a Democrat on here or Republican or independent or anybody on here can name one thing that Biden did? One thing that he did good. Like Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter did one thing good. We can guess that, right? Bush, I voted for, horrible president. He did one or two things good, right? So what the hell did they do? So now you ask yourself, do you want this man who's campaigning? He's out there with his voice to win and keep midterms power for the American people. Notice I didn't say conservatives. Power, common sense to keep this country up. We will see a Democrat president again. You have to have competition, but we will not have it under these circumstances with these radical insaneness, nuts and free stuff. Does not work. Until the Democrat Party, somebody has enough balls out there to say, okay, we care. We will work. We won't do things like Trump, but that'll be okay to work on a better economy. The number one thing that we worry about in midterms and president is what? Our purse and our wallets. And a safer border. Those three things. Yeah. Wars and all that stuff. Our pocketbook, our wallets, and a safer border. Those three things. And Trump has accomplished that. He's acknowledging we have to work on the economy. But so far, he's in, I mean, think about bringing eggs down, gas down, and much, much more. But at least he's acknowledging we have a dilemma on the economy. Thank you for the donation, 2462. Appreciate that. And we'll read that comment. My investment did great under Biden. You know, I'm not going to argue there. There are some people who did okay in the investment. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. How's your investment right now? How's your investments doing with this president and this administration? Be honest. How's it doing? I bet you're going to say, well, at least 3-4 times better, right? At least. Let's listen in. Thank you.
How terrible that's this. So I moved it back to 5th. I have it to 5th, and now I'm in no trouble with the fake news, you know? They say, what about...
Let's go, Brandon!
They always find... So you have to weave a little bit with the punches. You have to go, you know, the boxers. You got to go with the punches.
God bless the Latinos!
It's been amazing what's happened. It's been amazing. It's a transformation of our country. I have the greatest
Welcome in,
oil man
Palin.
anywhere in the world. I see him sitting right there, Chris Wright.
Mark Anthony,
I was
what's
gonna put him in.
happening?
Doug Burgum, he's great. He's interior, and I said, Doug, I want you to go to Energy. You're really fantastic.
Buy
Energy
silver.
came from North Dakota, big fracking place. They've done really a great job. He was a great governor, I would say, right? Really
God
great.
bless the
And
flag,
a
Kim
great person.
Smith
He's
and
doing a
Palin.
fantastic job. I
Thank
said,
you
I
for
want to
putting the
head up
flag
Energy,
in
sir.
there.
I'd be good, but I'll tell you, there's one man out there in the whole.
I hear you,
world,
Blacks.
There's one man out there who would be better than me. Who is it? A man named Chris Wright. Who the hell is Chris Wright?
I hear you, Mark Anthony.
Give me a break. I never heard of the guy. Well, you never heard. He's the biggest there is. He's the smartest there is. The greatest oil man in the world. Chris Wright. I said, I got to see this guy. And after about 2 minutes, I understood exactly what Doug was saying.
Palin,
So I
thank
said,
you
okay,
for the
Doug, you go to
donation.
Interior, you work with, because interestingly, Interior owns all the land that has the oil. And he has all the expertise that drills the oil. And they said, we'll do a friendly
Drain the
merger here.
swamp.
This is pretty good. And that's what we did. And we're right now drilling more oil than we've ever done.
I hear you, MAGA.
Ever before. Prices are way down.
Prices way
We just
down.
had 4 states. It was just reported that 4 states had $1.99 a gallon.
$1, lower than $2. Remember? Biden, $12.
I want to introduce
12.
Chris Wright. Stand up, Chris.
Gas is down. That's a fact, Mark Anthony. It's
Who
down.
would think?
But-
He's a nice-looking guy and all that. Who would think he's rated? I mean, he's the most talented.
Now I'm here in Vegas. Why Vegas is high and California? Of a horrible piece of crap, Governor Gavin Newsom closing down refineries, right? And he wants to run for president. He would close. We would go under solar, hybrids, electric. That's fine. I have a hybrid, but you should have a choice. So imagine Gavin Newsom being the president. Yes or no? Gavin Newsom, the president in 28? Imagine he can't even handle California. He's ruined it. Majority of governors are ruined, but Gavin Newsom's the worst out of all of them. Okay, so that's why we have gas prices high here in Las Vegas.
Oil guy. He can put his nose in the ground and tell you whether or not there's oil. Other people have to
Welcome in,
spend
Ardell.
billions of dollars on machinery and equipment.
$2.89
So
in
I wanna
North
thank you.
Carolina.
You're doing a great job. And is it true? We are right now, energy overall, not only the oil and gas, we are right now involved in more energy and have more energy in the works by far than we've ever had before. Is that right? Yeah. Not even close. Yeah. And I have no higher priority than making America affordable again. That's what we're going to do. And again, they caused the high prices and we're bringing them down. It's a simple message. If I had one message tonight, this is being covered like all over the world. This is crazy.
He's right.
Because I haven't made a speech in a little while. When you win, you say, oh, I can now rest. So, Susie Trump, do you know Susie Trump? Sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you miss this? Do you miss this? Doesn't it sound like he's campaigning? We'll get used to it. He's going to campaign again starting in January. Not for president, but he's going to start campaigning again to save America. Not about saving the House and the Senate. Save us. And my prediction, we will win, which is very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. My prediction, we're going to keep the House. We're going to have, and I'm going to go a little farther. I don't think there's any chance of anyone to win the presidency in 20. Even Stephen A. Smith. Maybe if Stephen A. Smith ran, I'd be worried. There's no, because he cares. He said nobody of the Democrats care, because if they cared, they had 42 days, ladies and gentlemen, of a shutdown, and people didn't get their food stamps. In some states they did, and they couldn't do anything to decide on a better healthcare system. Yes or no? They had Barack Obama. It didn't work. They didn't have to change the name. They didn't need to change Obama. All they had to do was work on, they had tax credits that they let expire. All they had to do is work on a system that would work. And by the way, go a little farther. Republicans had 42 days, didn't do shit either. Yes, I call it as it is. So they just bitch and complain, make up lies and stories. And while they do that, if you're a Democrat on here, you should be worried. That's not the way to win. You know that. The way to win is you don't have to agree on Trump. You should applaud. You should support him and work on how you can do better than this man. How your thoughts as a Democrat team to win. You have to beat your own party to beat a Republican, let alone a J.D. Vance or a Marco Rubio or Pete Hegseth or anybody else. Or Judge Jeanine. I'm just saying. She's the wild card. So you have to have enough balls as a Democrat to go after your party, stand up, beat them first, and then work on how you can beat the Republicans. I don't see that happening. They want to open borders back up. They want everything free. Medicaid for all, right? Free apartments and free homes in New York doesn't work. You go bankrupt. Small businesses can't do it. They're all going to end up in Florida or Texas. So come up with a solution. That's the only way this new Democrat Party. See, the old Democrat Party with Clinton, this is not a moderate party. See, so the only way they have a chance to win in 28 is for somebody to stand up, right? Work with Trump. You don't like tariffs? Then work on something else. Come up with something. I'm all for it. Anybody in the chat have anything that can work better than tariffs? Because he talks about that, how it's helping the economy. And trust me, when Trump quote, I promise a rebate stimulus check of $2,000, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that. Well, some will. I don't know, 150,000 or less, whatever you make. He's using those words promise. Now, I was hoping we got it this year, but hopefully next year. He is utilizing the money on the tariffs to help out hardworking Americans, middle-class people. Okay, let's listen a little bit more, Trump.
It's referred to as Susie Wiles, Susie Trump. She's the great chief of staff at the. They don't use the word chief of staff anymore because of the Indians got extremely upset. But now the Indians actually want their name used, which is true. They never didn't want it used.
There you go.
But the chief of staff. And
welcome
she's,
in, Tiger
fantastic.
Tail.
She said, we have to start campaigning, sir.
I was this close to signing the HELOC paperwork. I dug deeper, and here's what I learned
Commercial
before
break.
I signed. Let me break it down. HELOC on the left, home tap, home equity investment on the right. HELOC, monthly payments, credit score impact, proof of income, and job requirements, plus variable interest rates. But with a home equity...
Trump is out there. I miss this. I miss when he was around. You know why?
No income or job requirements.
You have to know his language. We have never witnessed a president like this. You know, his language means he's one of us. He's one of those hardworking blue-collar men and women out there, right? He's one of us. His voice, Trump's voice, is our voice. Once again, if you're coming in, you're new to the channel, Trump is not perfect. I've called him out, but he's a hell of a lot better than any president we've had in our lifetime. And I'm going to say, in 20 years from now, there's going to be people putting him up there with Lincoln, George Washington, and Eisenhower and more. Let's get back to Trump.
I said, I won. Oh, I said, already? They said, we have to win the midterms, and you're the guy that's going to take us over the midterm. Where's Susan? Susie, come on, Susan. Look at Susie. Susie's the greatest. And who do we see there? We even brought our superstar today, Caroline. Stand up, girl. Isn't she great? Is Caroline great? You know, when she goes on television, Fox, they dominate. They dominate when she gets up there with that beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, up like a little machine gun. She's got no fear. You know why she has no fear? Because we have the right policy. We don't have men in women's sports. We don't have to sell men in women's sports. We don't have to sell transgender to everybody. We don't have to sell open borders where the whole world is allowed to come into our country from prisons and everywhere. So she's got a little bit easier job. I wouldn't want to be the other side's press secretary, right? Thanks, Carolyn. Great job. We appreciate it. But that's our message. They.
I appreciate all the likes and donations tonight, guys. Thank you so much.
We're bringing those prices down rapidly. Lower prices, bigger paychecks. You're getting lower prices, bigger paychecks. We're getting inflation. We're crushing it. And you're getting much higher wages. I mean, the only thing that's really going up big.
Greatest president of all time. Yes or no? Do you agree with that comment? Greatest president of all time. Thank you for putting that in there. Y or N? Yes or no?
I said it the other day, and a lot of people misinterpreted it. They say, "Oh, he doesn't realize prices."
Yes or no?
Prices are coming down very substantially.
A lot of yeses, a couple yeses.
They have a new word. You know, they always have a hook.
3 in a row.
The new word is affordability. So they look at the camera and they say, "This election is all about affordability."
Affordability.
Now they never talk about it.
Oh, we got to know. We got to know in there.
They say I'm not allowed to run. I don't know what.
We got a hell
that's all
yes.
about, but that's okay.
How do we get a no?
You said 4 more years. You see the new hat? We have 4 more years. 2020. We have all sorts of.
Welcome in, William. No, not close, William said. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your attendance. 4 more years.
Well, you know what? We have 3 years and 2 months to go. And you know what that is in Trump time? 3 years and 2 months is called eternity. We have a long time.
You gotta love his language, guys. We're not gonna see a president like this in our lifetime.
Real wages plummeted by $3,000 a year. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has already seen their wages increase by more than $1,300, and that's in just a few months. And for construction workers, it's $1,800 up versus $3,500 down, and I think their number is wrong. It's much lower than that.
I think so.
For miners, do we love miners? I love miners.
Miners.
I don't know how
Miners.
to do it going 10,000 feet under the ground and they wouldn't trade jobs with me. If I gave them a beautiful, magnificent penthouse in the middle of Manhattan, where I used to live.
What's going on, Blue G3?
Beautiful penthouse, they wouldn't take it. They'd rather go 10,000 feet underground and dig. That's what they want. For miners, their wages went up $3,300, and we're bringing back coal. But
Yeah, we're bringing back coal. Coal. Remember coal?
talk about anything
That's
else
back.
except when they say the word coal, they have to precede the word by 2 words: clean, beautiful. So we only call coal clean, beautiful coal. Is that right, fellas? Because coal needs a little public relations help. It's a very powerful.
It really is. All joking
It's
aside.
used by China. You know, China makes all our windmills, but they don't have any wind farms. It's a little interesting, isn't it?
You need coal.
Wind is
Yes
the
or no in the
worst.
chat?
It's a big.
Remember
it's a
coal?
scam. They ruin your valleys. They ruin your peaks. And the most expensive energy. The only ones that get rich are the developers
Right.
who make a fortune. You have to change your windmills, and most of them are made in China. But China has
That's
very
true.
few
That's all true.
wind farms. You know why? 'Cause
Yes,
they're
the
smart.
coal.
You know what they do?
Yes, the coal. Yes.
Coal.
Yes, the
They
coal.
love coal, so that's okay. But we have clean, beautiful coal, and we brought it back into vogue. We have nuclear, we have oil and gas, we have sort of everything. We don't we don't approve windmills. We don't approve it. I'm sorry. We don't like things that kill all our birds.
Birds die. I got beautiful birds. Want to see my birds?
Only the guy that owns it makes a lot of money. Those guys.
Birds die. Let's see my beautiful bird. Where's my birds? We got birds in here? Where's the birds? Where's the birds? You know birds die in the windmill, Maribel.
And the what?
Windmills. You support windmills? Where's the birds?
School.
Where the hell they? Look at birds. Birds. They get caught.
Houses are blessed.
They get caught in the
All
windmills.
the Christmas thing.
You don't want no windmills, right? We like coal. Yeah. Birds. Birds.
The corners.
Canaries. I mean, this president, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, if you think, if it sounds like, once again, for those who are coming out, sorry, I lost the connection a little bit. The windmills. That's what happened. Trump is campaigning because they feel when he speaks like he speaks, we will keep the continue keeping our House and the Senate.
Higher priority than making him.
See if I can get us back. Appreciate it.
Hello. How much is this? $0. $0. $0.
If I had one message tonight, you know, this is being covered like all over the world. This is crazy because I haven't made a speech in a little while. You know, when you win, you say, oh, I can now rest. So, Susie Trump, do you know Susie Trump?
You know,
Sometimes
I
refer to
wish.
Susie Wiles, Susie Trump. She's the great chief of staff at the.
Okay, sorry guys. I wish the Republicans, all of us, all America, we should never forget what Trump has accomplished. Think about it. Why is anybody talking about he closed the border right away? We had men and women coming from all over the world. Nobody is coming over. You could see the ground. Okay, we need to acknowledge that. He's done that. Why are we talking about Trump, okay, taking out Iran, the nukes? Remember that? The Democrats said, oh, we want proof. Where's the proof? Took them out. Went there. They didn't even know. They were sleeping. Took out. He's made peace with 8. He's already ended 8 wars. He's trying his best to end Ukraine and Russia. And for me, in my opinion, only my opinion, I say that's it. No more money goes to Ukraine. I've said this many times. If you're new, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Let's not forget how much he's done. But closing the border, bringing gas down, eggs, brought the eggs down, right? Brought turkeys down. We still got to do more. And that's why Trump's out there, speaking about the economy today. That's right. Thank you, Ozzy. Freeing Palestine. I mean, we should never forget this. We have many Americans, we have a short memory because we look at gas prices. Oh, it's $1.99 in some areas. $2.9. When Biden was president, I'm not kidding you, it was close in Las Vegas to $5 a gallon. Think what I just said. And you guys know that. The Democrats on here know that too. All right? And California was close to $10. He's brought gas. We can't. Do you understand he hasn't been president for 3 years yet? He hasn't been president for 2 years yet. He hasn't even been president for 1 full year. I want everybody to think. A man who was millimeters away, not being with us or being brain dead. And we would have had a whole different president, probably Nikki Haley, who would have done okay, but not as good as Trump. Yes, eggs down to $2 in some places. 99 cents at my Italian deli here in Vegas. So he has done many good things for this economy. And you heard Trump say it was the worst economy ever. In the chat, do you think Trump took over a worse economy than Barack Obama took over from George W. Bush? What do you think? Did Trump, the question I just said is, did Trump take over a worse economy, right, from this administration, all the Penn Committee by Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, yes, she was running our country, inside sources, than Barack Hussein Obama from George W. Bush, who I voted for was not a good president? I think Trump did. I think Trump took over a worse economy. I think he took over a way worse economy. And 10 months. And here he is in Pennsylvania, speaking, campaigning. I missed that. And we're going to get it back. Why? Because he's going to be president a third term? No. He could, by the way. Here comes all the people. Oh, you don't know your shit. He could. He doesn't want it. He's going to hand the torch out to somebody else. But he's doing it because he wants, for his voice, the Republican conservatives and Democrats, for some reason, love the voice of Trump. They love his language. Will go out and vote for that senator. For that, they will. Because they don't hear his voice, they're going to hesitate. And you don't go out and vote on midterms, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue. They're going to take over the House, and then we're not going to get as much stuff done. Because you see what they did with the government shutdown. It was a wasted 42 days, and we help out the homeless on here, it made more people homeless who didn't get their SNAP benefits. All right? It was and we're not out of the wood yet, because in January 1st, Chuck Schumer's already acknowledged if they don't get their way, because they say, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats say they have a solution how to make health care affordable with Obama. We'll see, because they continue to lie. What, are we going to have another shutdown? That's what they do, shut down. They shut down America, just like with COVID. You know, I'm not saying that was a very bad pandemic, flu, whatever you want to call it. Lost a lot of loved ones, right? But to close down, that's what they want. Not this time. We can't let them in. Not yet. You know, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, maybe they'll get their shit together and, you know, have a party. But right now, it's not even close, in my opinion. Yes or no? You think the Democrats are close on putting together an economy for the American people? Not about the Democrats, right? Not about the rich, not about middle. It's about all of us. We are all one. I think there was a little bit more back at Trump. I think I lost the video, though, showing the birds in the house. Birds that get caught in the windmills. That's what we were talking about.
That we've ever
I think I found it.
Done.
No, I did not, sir.
Ever before.
But anybody did serve for this
Prices are way
country. God
down.
bless
We just
the
had
veterans.
4 states. It was just reported that 4 states
here
had
we are.
$1.99
I found it.
a gallon. Where's Salmo? So I want to introduce Chris Wright. Stand up, Chris. Who would think, you look at him, he's a nice looking guy and all that. Who would think he's rated, I mean, he's the most talented over the midterm.
Here's what I want to hear.
Where's Susie?
Here's what we left off at.
Susie, come on, Susie. Look at Susie. Susie's the greatest. And who do we see there? We even brought our superstar today, Caroline. Stand up, Caroline.
Exactly, Ardell.
Isn't she great? Is Caroline great? You know, when she goes on television, Fox, they dominate. They dominate when she gets up there with that beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, up like a little machine gun. She's got no fear. You know why she has no fear? Because we have the right policy.
Right.
We don't have men in women's sports. We don't have to sell men in women's sports. We don't have to sell transgender to everybody. We don't have to sell open borders where the whole world is allowed to come into our country from prisons and everywhere.
Exactly.
So she's got a little bit easier job. I wouldn't want to be the other side's press secretary, right? Thanks, Carolyn. Great job. We appreciate it. But that's our message. They gave you high prices. They gave you the highest
nice
inflation
lifts.
in history.
He said nice
We're
lifts,
giving you-
Ardell.
We're bringing those prices down
Nice
rapidly.
lifts.
Lower prices, bigger
You know.
paychecks. You're getting lower prices, bigger paychecks. We're getting inflation. We're crushing it. And you're getting much higher wages. I mean, the only thing that's really going up big, it's called the stock market and your 401ks. It's going up.
Tom Jones. Where's Tom Jones at?
But I say it, and I said it the
Tom
other day, and a lot of
Jones.
people misinterpret it. They say, oh, he doesn't realize prices are high. Prices are coming down very substantially. But
I think they are.
They have a new word. They always have a hoax. The new word is affordability. So they look at the camera and they say, this election is all about affordability. Now, they never talk about it. They never talk, thank you very much. They say I'm not allowed to run. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but that's okay. You said 4 more years. You see the new hat? We have
4 more years. Let's go, Trump.
2020, we have all sorts of... Well,
In the chat. Yes or no? 4 more years. Wide or end?
years,
4
and
more
2
years?
months to go. And you know what that is in Trump time? 3 years and 2 months is called eternity. We have a long time.
Michelle says,
We have
nah,
a long
no way,
time.
sorry.
But under
Mike says,
Biden,
yes.
real wages
About 7
plummeted by
times.
$3,000.
Somebody said,
a
fuck
year.
no.
Under Trump, the typical factory worker
Somebody said
has
yes.
already seen their wages increase by more than
Flinner, what's going on with the
and
end?
that's in just a
No.
few
What happened, Flinner?
months. And for construction workers, it's $1,800 up versus $3,500 down, and I think their number is wrong. It's much lower than that. For miners, do we love miners? I love miners. I don't know how they do it, going 10,000 feet under the ground. And honestly, with that, everything comes down because there's nothing nearly in the category of oil. You wouldn't even know what second is. There
It
are
is true.
seconds and thirds.
Soon
They're
as
so far
Trump
down the list, we don't even talk about them.
Open up the
You
pipelines.
know,
What
the
happened, ladies and
prices down,
gentlemen?
Which we're doing.
What
But
happened?
Again, the
Everything was
greatest
better, right?
amount
Not
of
perfect.
drilling, the
Not
greatest
perfect,
amount
but
of
better,
fuel
right?
being produced right now in our country than ever before, by far. It's not even a contest. And when that happens, those prices come down. That's why you're seeing oil per barrel coming down nicely, very nicely. We don't want to go so rapidly because we want the people that produce it to keep producing it, but they're doing good.
Exactly.
But it's
100%.
amazing. When energy comes down, your other prices come down too, all of your prices. And that's exactly, we inherited the highest prices ever, and we're bringing them down. We inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country. Think of that. And we're bringing them down rapidly. Their entire agenda is about robbing working people to fund their far left cronies and give lavish benefits to foreign migrants and illegal aliens. You can't do it. Look, we all have a heart. We don't like what's happening. But you know, when they allow them to come in, we have a border that, by the way, they don't talk about the border. Why don't you talk about the border anymore?
That's what I just said.
The border is, for months, it's closed. Actually, their people, because they're radical left, their people, radical left, they rape the border and everything. You know how many people came into the border over the last 7 months? You know what it is? Zero. Except for the ones that came in legally, right? Legally. When Biden and congressional Democrats had power, they blew up our economy, sent prices soaring. Like the poor guy, he didn't know what the hell was happening. Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't him. It was the lunatics that circled. Yeah, it was the auto pen. You're right. I can't believe I didn't say that. I hate when you beat me to the punchline. I would not have. Well, I'll tell you, I'll give the fake news a little breaking news. So I believe, and I may be correct, but we're checking this. We have a bad head of the Fed. Bad. We're going to be making a change. Fortunately, this guy's out. But we have 4 members appointed by Sleepy Joe Biden. Which is better, Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? Historically, when I've done polls, from people,
What do you think of the chat?
I go to a big arena, we have
or
20,000
crooked?
people. I
Crooked.
say, which you like, Sleepy Joe?
I like
or
both.
Crooked Joe? And I learned, I save millions of dollars. I don't have to do any polling, okay? Typically, Crooked Joe wins. I'm surprised. Because to me, he's a sleepy son of a bitch,
Oh!
who destroyed our country. If we didn't come along, and it's not me, it's all.
Now, people will say, well, why is he cussed? Why? Where you been? Living under a rock? This is his language. Meaning, this is his presentation. See, ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting for this for a very long time. We haven't had a president who acts like a lot of us, right? When we get pissed. Why are we pissed? At this previous administration, right? All we heard was, we had a pandemic, Biden, okay? We had a pandemic. Always, 2 years later, pandemic. 3 years later, pandemic. That's all he knew. Oh, he knew other words too. State of the Union. I'm worried about potato chips. Well, I am too. I agree with him, right? That's what he worried about. Shortness in potato. He had no clue. Well, the guy didn't. I pray for him. The guy had no clue. He had no clue since 1972 when he got in office. He had no clue. And our prayers, I don't want to, he's sick right now. But it was run by an independent. It was run by Elizabeth Warren, Barack Obama, insane Obama, and many more of these radical, Pete Buttigieg and Nancy Pelosi, right? And all these. And they did nothing to help. So people were mad. So this is why Trump's, he hates to see the worst economy. And he was thank God that he's the president of the United States less than a year, 10 months. And those 10 months, he's done more than any president ever. 10 months. Like he says, let's not forget about the border closing. We go on and gas prices. We need to think about it. Again, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. He's not perfect. Only one person I know is perfect, and that's Jesus. But he's pretty damn close. He is doing everything that most of us, men and women on here, want to do. But we just can't. His voice is our voice. And it might not come out, and he says garbage, and he says this, that, whatever. It doesn't bother me one bit. Not at all. I've been waiting for this. I'm glad that I am alive. Are you guys to witness a president of the United States and this beautiful flag right here, that he is fighting for us each and every day. Every day. And it's not about Donald Trump. Yeah, he has a little ego. Let's be honest, Whiskey Tango. But he's doing everything possible for Republicans, Democrats, independents, gay, transgenders, whites, blacks, the world. When we do well, you all know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. When we do well, Italy does well. Germany does well. UK. All countries do well. That's what he's about. Exchanging money, being peace, Chris. Thank you for the membership, and continuing. He hits a few bumps every now and then, but he acknowledges the bumps, and he moves on. He's not sleepy. I like Sleepy Joe. Let me rephrase that. I like that term that Trump says, Sleepy Joe.
All of us, if we didn't come along, this country was destroyed, I'll tell you. It would have been destroyed. But now Democrats in Congress want to take us straight back to the Bidenomics. They don't change. And I don't really talk about it because, for instance,
gotta fix the bleeding, Ozzy.
The other day,
before you can fix any of the problems.
Show, they were interviewing a Democrat. He was fighting like hell for men to play in women's sports, okay? And I was going to put something out. I was going to he's a well-known congressman. And I said, let's save it about 2 weeks before the election. Right, David? We don't want to do it now. What the hell good does it do now?
Sorry
Let's save it for about 2 weeks because we don't want them to change. Just let them keep going. I think transgender for all is a great, great thing for the Democrats to be talking about.
I hear you, Caddy.
Transgender for every member in your family.
Caddy,
if they're not
sorry.
feeling well that night, let's just change their sex.
No,
let's not talk about it. Let them go and let them fight to get these things. I think open borders are great, where prisons are emptied into our country, right? Where we have people from all over the world being dumped into our country, the people that aren't wanted in their countries, by the way. I think that's a great, like Somalia. Welcome.
All right, here we go, guys. I love this.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group?
Here
Please
we go.
raise your hand. That's for Minnesota, That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history.
Here we go.
I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah, Ilhan Omar. Sounds like me. Ilhan.
I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where...
What's her name? Ilhan.
It's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military. They have no nothing.
They got
have
nothing.
No parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police.
They got nothing.
They police themselves.
Scaziata in Italian. They got
I
nothing.
love it. She comes to our country.
Ozzy.
And she's
Somalia's got nothing.
About, the Constitution allows me to do this.
Yeah.
We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine?
Imagine that. She married her brother. This lady, I got to be careful with YouTube. She would be on a live, right? If she was in Somalia, whatever the hell you call it, right? She's here. She's a Democrat. That's fine. She has done nothing to help America. She's done everything she could to destroy, like AOC. So you want to come here, that's fine. I'm saying this, not Trump. But work on improving the United States of America, not your country that's nothing there. Garbage. Garbage.
If Donald Trump married his sister, beautiful, she's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship,
That's how
you
she got her
think I'd
citizenship,
last
yeah.
for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that?
Go marry your brother or
She
sister to
married
come
her
here.
brother to get in, therefore she's here illegally. She should get the hell out, throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain.
Send her ass back.
So now, and we have...
Yeah, you're right, Ozzy.
here
You're right.
in this room. His name is Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent. Because that very handsome man, by the way, if you're picking the Secretary of the Treasury, is he like the perfect guy for a movie?
Whiskey Tango, thank you.
Stand up,
Thank you
Scott.
all for the donation.
Look at him.
Appreciate it. Forward that on to the homeless people.
No, he's central casting. He's central casting. But you don't, under that beautiful exterior is a killer. And here's what happened. He is in charge of the investigation of Somalia and the billions of dollars they have robbed from Minnesota.
Welfare from
I hope
people.
you do your job.
They're not getting the
I
correct
hope you're not
people.
one of these Republicans where something comes up and they don't do what they should do because they're nicer people. You know, they're much nicer people than the Democrats, but Scott's actually not a nice person at all. So, Scott, you're in charge of that investigation? Okay, I'm not interfering.
Salute the people. Hey, anybody
just saying,
smoking the cigars, I'll
you're doing a
salute.
good job.
Salute.
Honest and fair. Right? Honest and fair.
Blow some smoke.
Oh, if he's honest and fair, you know what he's going to find? It's great. I'd love to have that job.
I'll
Maybe
salute.
switch jobs with you. I'd love to have that job. They're to get them the hell out of here. They hate our country.
Ah,
And she hates our country. And her friends hate our country. And AOC hates our country. They all do. And we have a new candidate in the great state of Texas.
oh, we gotta talk. I don't care if you come from Italy, like my family. I don't care. If you come here and you're in office, congresswoman, representative, senator, I don't care where you're from. You live here, you support the United States. You should never forget about your country. I'll say that, not Trump. But you should represent. I don't care if you're not a leader. If you come here legally, she wasn't. She married her brother. Imagine that. Imagine if we married our sisters and brothers. But anyhow, and she has done, all right, she married her brother. All right. But she has done nothing but put down this beautiful flag. And fraud. And he hasn't talked about that police, the captain there in Minnesota. He should take his badge because when you're in law and order, and I have them in my family. Yeah, we got some Italians, not all Italians, or some are police. And let me tell you something. You're supposed to put politics aside. Thank you for that donation. If you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, you don't support issues, you're supposed to bury that, you're supposed to put that aside, protect law and order, and investigate what the hell is going on in Minnesota, wherever it's from. Fraud. She's done nothing but hurt Minneapolis and America, and that's sad. You know, I don't think anybody has a problem of a Democrat being elected, but help. I said that multiple times on here. It's about helping. What you can do as a senator, congressman, to do things better. She's a disgrace. And Trump's right. Garbage. Sorry. I gotta take a water break. Hey, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Let us know if you're new and where you're coming in from. Tell you a little bit about this channel. We got plenty of shorts each and every day helping out the homeless. And we never ask them if they're a Democrat, Republican, gay or straight, or I'll even go farther. I don't even ask them if they're illegal, because you know why? We care as Americans helping out people that are starving. Because the Democrat Party didn't care. Ayan, whatever her name is, like Trump says, Ayan Omar, AOC, Gavin Newsom, they don't care. They don't care about the homeless. Look at the problems of homeless we have in California right now. Another fraud. That should be investigated. Palestine fires. Gavin Newsom didn't start it. He didn't spark it. Right? Let's be honest. But he did nothing to help. He did nothing to help or to listen to Trump to wet down, moist the forest. He's done nothing. And that's why he shows no leadership in California. And that's why I'm telling you he has a 0.0% to win as a president. Okay? He tries to act like Trump and starts a podcast. His podcast has less views than probably this channel. Horrible. He's a horrible human being. He cares only for himself, crooked, connected with Nancy Pelosi. They go into office and come out with more money. That is what this new, in my opinion, Democrat Party does. A lot of people say, well, how the hell did Nancy Pelosi make money on stock? She got lucky? No, she cheated. She pulled her and Bill Gates and a lot of these guys and pulled out money right before the pandemic, 2 weeks prior. Think about that. Yes, that's a fact. They pulled out their money. Horrible. Let's listen a little bit more. Let me get this cigar lit. Anybody smoking a cigar? Enjoy a cigar with me. We got a little bit more of a cigar to go. We'll stay live until the cigar is finished. God bless Donald Trump. Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. Oh, did you hear the latest on that? We talked about it a little bit last night. I think Janine was with us. The latest is, and that doesn't matter to me, but it's not true. Charlie Kirk, may rest in peace. All of a sudden now, we got a comedian out there or a writer. What the hell was his name again? Milo, saying that Charlie Kirk was a homosexual. That he was gay. Don't matter to me, but he wasn't. He was just gay friendly, people friendly, young. He just loved. He just, he didn't tell anybody. Yeah, they're saying that him and that he was gay, horrible. What a horrible human being. Until somebody sues these people, and that's what they should do. If they don't need the money, sue and donate it to a charity of your choice. Let's listen a little bit more to Trump.
Texas, where I won Texas by more votes than anybody. And you have to understand, I'm being judged by these bad people back there, the fake news. So anything I say that's slightly off, I get like headlines. Donald Trump.
What's going on in Ohio, Steve?
Lied. They give me Pinocchios, Washington Post, a Pinocchio. They lie every day. They give me a Pinocchio. But think of this. If I make even the slightest...
Thank you for liking this live stream. If you haven't, forgot to hit the like, we appreciate it on air. Thank you.
A new candidate.
Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the memberships.
In the history of
Thank you, moderators, Mike M. Janine.
I love Texas. Just like I love Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Just like I love, honestly, every one of our states. I love all of our states, and we've done so well. I love all of our states. What? By the way...
We love you, Trump. Forget about it.
By the way, is this a different country now than we had a year and a half?
Hell yeah.
What a difference. Crime is way down, despite the fact that we have many, bad people entered our country. Many of them are being taken out. Ultimately, they're all being taken out. Washington, D.C., we had a tragic incident
I gotta ask.
with the two.
I gotta ask, sorry.
People.
Thank you for the donation, Palin. Appreciate you.
Just 2 weeks ago, right? Just a terrible National Guard.
That's right. We love you,
terrible
Trump.
thing. Sarah, And Andrew.
Thank you once again,
Sarah
Palon.
passed away. She's looking at us from heaven, from above, and she was killed almost instantly. They kept her alive. Her parents came from West Virginia, another great state. Her parents are incredible.
May she
We
rest
couldn't
in
believe
peace.
it. She was 20 years old.
Rest in peace.
Perfect. She was just getting a little promotion. They were so proud of her. She was on her way up, and she was shot in the head, the brain, shot in the brain, shot in the head.
Afghanistan.
They
Open
were able
borders.
to keep her alive long enough for her parents to come in from West Virginia and say goodbye to her. And Andrew, the second
Palon,
one,
thank
was
you once
also
again.
from West Virginia National Guard, incredible people. And so they were both from West Virginia. And his mother's named Monica. And Monica's the most positive person I've ever seen. The night that he was so badly hit and the doctors gave him almost no chance, I called their hospital room and spoke to her. And she said, "Sir, he'll be fine." "Oh no, I'm telling you, he's going to, I'm praying, the whole country is praying. Sir, I'm telling you, don't worry about it. He's going to be fine." This is the mother talking to me. And the father's like devastated. He's
Whiskey
an incredible
Tango,
guy, too,
like
both.
always. Thank you so much.
And
love you guys.
I
Thank
went
you for the donations.
and
Thank you.
invited them to the Oval Office, and they came in. She said, "Sir, he's fine." It was amazing, actually. And today, Monica,
Glenn, I agree,
she said,
Glenn.
"We're all praying."
Thank you,
And I'm
Glenn.
praying. And then she called to say, "Sir, he moved his finger today." This is like 3 days later. He
Ah,
moved
that's
his
nice.
finger.
Very nice.
And today I got a call that he got up from bed. Do you believe that? He got
That's
up.
great. Hand of applause. God bless. Talking about the
Now, he didn't speak. He's not
National
ready for that
Guard.
yet. I mean, he got hit in the head, but he got up, and boy, they're so happy. It's amazing, and the care that they've given him at the hospital, and the generals that have been
Godfather,
there,
that's
the
right.
military that's been there. It's amazing. General Seward and others that she said that the level of love that your military has given to my boy, and by the way, Sarah's parents said the same thing. The love and the affection and the care that they're given, they can't even believe what's happened. But Andrew stood up today, and people even can't believe it. So the mother was amazing, and let's hope it continues. Look, it doesn't get much worse than what he
Our
did.
deepest
Let's
prayers.
hope it continues.
deepest prayers.
But that's an act of terrorism. This is a guy came from Washington, state of Washington, came across the country,
Right.
and he wanted to kill people with the uniform. A whack job. Isn't it crazy? Think of it. He was also very badly injured. And they're fighting to save his life so that we can give him the death penalty. How crazy is that, right? They're fighting to save his life so that we can give him the death penalty. That's the way it really should work, right? The doctors have to do their job, and then the lawyers have to do their job. But it's an amazing country. Actually, Andrew's father said that. He said, "They're fighting for him. I hope they save him, sir, because I hope he has to understand what he did, how bad it is." And he's going to, I think he will be saved, actually. It looks like they will save him. He wasn't as badly hurt as
Monster
Sarah
Bash
or Andrew,
9758.
but,
First of all,
isn't
thank
it
you
an
for your
amazing
comment, but
thing?
you're
They're working so hard to
unfortunately you're
save his
incorrect.
life,
You know that.
We're
You
going
know
to put him
that.
up for the death penalty. Amazing, huh? Only in America. That's only in America. You know, in one way, there's something.
God bless
beautiful
United
about it,
States.
in
Thanks for
another
putting that
way,
in there.
it's,
Thank you.
It's a little crazy, right? In my first term, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. You know that. We had the greatest economy in history, even with the COVID.
There you go.
COVID came and
$2.59.
it, really hurt the
Middletown,
world.
Ohio in the house.
A gift from China, but China.
Thanks
got
for
hurt
letting
very
us know,
badly, too.
Steve.
We're getting along with China. They're buying a lot of our soybeans. Keep buying those soybeans. You know, you heard all about magnets and rare earth.
Buying the soybean
I met with
beans.
President Xi. Scott was with me, and we had a whole group. Marco was there. Chris was there. We were all there, and we made incredible deals with China. We're getting along. It's getting along is a good thing. You know, getting along is a good thing, not a bad thing. It's a smart thing, and they're buying literally trillions of dollars worth of our products and all of that. and we had a very good meeting. Remember the whole
The
world
reason
was
it's
gonna shut
470
down
in
over the
Washington,
earth. That
you
was
can blame
2 months ago.
Gavin
That
Newsom.
worked out very
Closing
well.
more refineries.
It all works out well. If you have a smart president, it works out well. If you have a dummy, it doesn't work out. But we had a great economy. We had the greatest economy in our country's history, but we had what's called the greatest economy. This is the first term, probably ever, of any country. Now, in addition to that, we rebuilt our military.
True.
We got the biggest tax cuts ever.
True.
We got the biggest regulation cuts ever. We had the
Correct.
best job numbers. We had a great
Correct.
first term.
Facts.
Or frankly, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be standing here. Because if I had a bad first term, you know, you might say, I like him, he's really good. But we had a lousy first term. You're not going to vote. You voted for me because we had a great, despite all of the Russia bullshit, despite all of the
Bullshit.
impeachments,
Bullshit.
you know, think of it.
Lies.
The impeachments,
Lies.
all of the crap we had to go through with these crooked Democrats. They're crooked as you can be. They're bad people. They're sick people.
I agree.
But despite all of that, we had
Majority.
an amazing first term. Our second term is blowing it away. It's blowing it away.
Wait till you see the third.
So we're doing it again, but bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. There's more work to do, but today, 22 states, we're setting 22 total. Is that right, Chris? That just came out, that statistic. We're down lower than we've been in 7 years in gasoline prices and oil prices, not just the 3 states that I talk about with $1.99 a gallon. How would you like to have $1.99? You know, that's
Third term's going to be amazing there, Ozzy.
That's
Wait.
the equivalent of a very major tax cut. You know, when you get the energy prices down, it's really the equivalent, maybe even in many cases better than a big tax cut, which we gave you. We gave you the biggest tax cut ever in the first term.
What's
We
going
did
on in
it
India?
with the great big
Indiana.
beautiful deal, which is
India.
phenomenal. We gave you
India.
something that's even better than we did. We gave you
Drill,
an
baby,
extension
drill.
of the biggest tax cuts.
That's
and
it.
The biggest tax cuts ever, even bigger than the first term. And that's one of the reasons that your 401ks are through the roof. It's one of the reasons that the stock market is at the highest point. So rent prices are down, dairy prices are coming down very strongly. The cost of Thanksgiving turkeys was down by 33% compared to
Got to get the ribeyes down, though, Trump. I got ribeyes for the Eagles game last night. They lost. That's not his fault. Got to get the ribeyes down.
It was a rotten Thanksgiving.
Got to get the steaks down.
And Walmart,
Beef.
I thank them. You know, they came out with a big, like sort of a numbers thing, a chart, and they had it 25% less. So that's pretty good. A Thanksgiving meal with all of the
Thank you,
trimmings
William.
is 25% less under Trump than it was a year ago.
That's true.
Under Biden. That's a good stuff. We're bringing it down, and we're coming down more. We're coming down a lot more. Takes a little time to come down. They were ruining. They're going to destroy our country.
They were.
The cost of a Christmas ham. What? Don't forget.
Thank you for the gift. Appreciate it.
Eggs.
Eggs. 99 cents. A dozen.
But you're right. Remember with eggs where I had my first news conference. 2 days went by and I had a news conference. Right? Unlike Biden, 2 years go by, he still didn't have. Remember, he'd walk off the stage. He's finished with the sir. You're finished with your speech. Now what?
365 in
You're
Washington
finished
State.
what?
That's too high.
And then it
That's gotta go down.
Wall. What he did, what they, and it wasn't him, it was some
They.
really smart, radical left lunatics. What they did to our country, we can never forget.
Never
We
forget.
can never forget. But you remember the first eggs? We remember the first 3 days. I just got there. Share with these people. 2 of them are there, right there. Look at all those cameras you got. You got a lot of television going. 2 of them were there. And I'm talking about, yes, I look forward to getting involved and doing great things. What about eggs?
Where's
Eggs,
Chicago?
sit down. They go, eggs. They said, the price of eggs is quadrupled. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Tell me about it. It's gone up like 4 or 5 times. Remember eggs right at the beginning? He's right when he says eggs. It went up like 4 times. It was like crazy. And they said, sir, don't buy. They came into the Oval Office, sir. You know, we have an Easter egg hunt. It's like a thing for 150 years.
What's going on, Jamal?
It's beautiful. They said, sir, we're
Eggs.
going to buy plastic eggs
Down.
this year. Plastic eggs. We don't
My
have,
electric bill's
you know,
down.
enough eggs
It's
to
down
go around for- I
50%
said, you
under
buy
Trump.
regular eggs,
My
and
electric bill.
By the time Easter comes, we're gonna have so many eggs, you're not gonna know what to do. You're not buying plastic.
The kids could go Easter egg hunting again.
And
Poor
Brooke
kids.
Rollins, our
Under
Secretary
Biden, they
of
couldn't even Easter
Agriculture,
egg
did an
hunt.
incredible
That's a
job.
shame.
And eggs
Now they go
dropped
Easter egg
like a
hunting
rock.
again.
And we ended up buying
Got
a lot of
eggs.
eggs for a lot of. But the price of eggs is down now 80% since March. Think of that. And we have two price charts. Do you remember the last time I pointed to a chart? My all-time, I don't care what these charts say. My all-time favorite chart was the chart I had in Butler. I said, let's look at the chart.
Amazon's laying off because of AI. Look it
I
up.
don't care how good that chart looks. It's shit by comparison to the one at Butler. It's nothing.
My electric bill's down.
I like the Butler chart. Remember, that was on how great employment was and all this. But I like it for other reasons. Look at that chart. It's good. But now I talk about the Butler chart. I don't even want to look at it. Doesn't mean anything. But look, Biden price increases and Trump price increases. Look at Biden. Up 37, 24%, 22, 21, 30.7, 30.7 again, 10.4%, 49%. Trump. The price is down 5.1, 4.2,
5.1. 5.1.
down 4%, 2 points.
I'm coming to Bama. They're high here in Vegas,
The
Ozzy.
prices are coming down. Their prices, it's a hoax. They're just.
It is a
remember
hoax.
They said the Inflation Reduction Act.
a big
Remember
hoax.
that? Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Exactly.
The inflation, and after they got it approved, because we had a few Republicans that went along with that whole hoax. And
Send me a T-bone
Remember,
over here
they're
for
gonna pass
16.
the Inflation.
Sounds
There's
good. I'll
nothing to
barbecue
do
it on
with
the grill.
Inflation reduction there. There's nothing to do with that. It has nothing. It didn't even. It had nothing to do with inflation either way, other than raising inflation, perhaps, because it was such a stupid. And then they admitted they fought it like, oh no, this is inflation. After they got the thing passed, then they said, we agree. It has nothing to do with inflation. Screw you. We don't care. That's what it is. We're dealing with bad people. And the word affordability is the exact same thing. And I can't say affordability hoax because I agree the prices were too high. So I can't go to hoax because they'll misconstrue that. But they use the word affordability, and that's their only word. They say
Affordability.
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 And everyone says, oh, that must mean Trump has high prices. No, our prices are coming down tremendously from the highest prices in the history of our country. And look at that chart. Let's see the next one. You have another one, I think. Mortgage rates.
Mortgage rates.
Even with a lousy Fed chair. We have a lousy Fed chair. And by the way, it looks, you're going to have to check this, please. I just heard it could be that all 4 commissioners in the Fed signed by Biden, including Too Late. You know who Too Late is? Too Late, pal? Jerome Too Late. He's too late with his interest rates for a reason. He's a bad guy. He's not a smart guy, but he's a bad guy.
He's a piece of shit.
Too Late.
Jerome Powell.
Is he going to lower rates a little bit finally? Did you see where Jamie Dimon, respected guy, said, you got to get the rates down, you
Another Democrat.
schmuck." You know?
Yeah.
But I hear that the auto pen may have signed
Love drug
those
dealers,
commissions.
but hates fishing
If they
boats.
signed those commissions, now maybe I'm wrong, but we're going to check. Have you checked that? Are you hearing it? Who signed it? Did he sign it or did the auto pen sign it? I'm hearing the auto. You know, you can't use the auto pen unless it's very strongly authorized, or unless you show you know what the hell you're doing, which is impossible of him to show. So, I don't know. I think it's something we have to look into.
Thank you
If
for all the
put people
likes,
there
guys.
that
Thank you so
are
much
not
for liking
authorized to
all
be
the
there.
donations.
I know I
Appreciate it.
signed Chris Wright. I signed everything, but I signed Chris Wright. If I gave you an auto pen, they could throw you the hell out of here, Chris. The difference is they would do it, you know? We try and be too nice. No, would you check that, Scott, okay? Because I'm hearing that the auto pen could have signed maybe all 4, but maybe a couple of them. We'll take 2. So look at that Biden. I love that laugh. Who's the woman with that great hearty laugh? That's a woman that likes Trump.
God bless USA. God
That's
bless.
up you. Anybody can laugh with that happiness. She likes Trump. He likes Trump too with the hat. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. So, Biden, new yearly mortgage cost increases, and Trump, new yearly. Look, we went down with our rates. They went up with their rates much. That's a lot. So, with us, you save $2,900, almost $3,000, and with them, you go up. It costs you $15,000. You don't hear that because the fake news doesn't tell you that.
Fake news ain't gonna
And
tell
these
you
are charts.
shit.
These are government
all
charts. These
fake.
are not made up by Donald J. Trump. These are government charts. Do you have a third chart? Because I like these charts very much. Not as much as Butler, but I like
What's
them.
up, Willie?
You have any other charts? Because so far they're playing quite well. Oh, look at that.
You gotta love
Real
Trump's
wages.
language.
Look at
Language.
that.
The best.
Losses in Trump real wages gains for the typical worker.
What's going on, Glenn?
I mean, that's incredible, right? So look at the amount of loss, 18.5, 106. What the hell is that all about? Is that even possible? Biden food, oh, I see. No, that's the eggs. You moved that chart very quickly. I said, what's going on with that chart? They did, that was Houdini did that. Because I was saying, boy, I really like the numbers having to do with real wages, but they played very well. But this plays very well too.
Vance
So yeah,
28.
Biden food price
Maybe.
increases.
Maybe.
Look at that.
Maybe.
Look at that. So ours are decreases, all decreases, and they're moving down good. But look at AIDS, 106%, and we got them down 15%. Look at those numbers.
15%.
But you don't hear that from the
AIDS.
fake news.
No, you hear that
You
from
don't hear
CNN? The
What
View?
do you think of that, David?
CNN,
I think we're going to have to do
BBC,
something.
Whatever the hell it's called.
We should impeach him, but he's gone. I guess we can't, right?
Damn right, Vance.
By the
28.
way, if it were up to them, numbers like that, they would have impeached. Those numbers are terrible, and those are government numbers. So thank you very much, everybody. It's good. We have a couple of other charts we're going to show you, too, that are just serving. We're also working to bring down the cost of health care. Obamacare is a scam. Under Obamacare, trillions of dollars were given directly to health insurance companies. Their stocks are up 1,700% in a very short period of time. Would you say that's good? Obamacare's primary purpose was to pay off insurance companies. The
Period.
insurance companies back
Period.
the Democrats.
Pay off
very
insurance
heavily.
companies.
I want to give
Obamacare.
billions of dollars directly to the people. I want to take all of the billions and billions and actually trillions, but over a period of time. And I want to give all of that money we give to the big, fat, rich insurance companies. I don't want to give them nothing. I want to give nothing to the insurance companies. I don't want to give all because they're sucking our country
pleasure.
dry with this scam by the Democrats. That was Obama, and I've always said it, Obamacare, but now you see the numbers because your premiums are going up on Obamacare
It doesn't work.
and everything. It's forcing everything on.
I had it.
But we want the money go directly to the people. We want you to go out and buy your own health insurance, and you'll get much better health insurance at a much lower.
You go buy your own health care. It's like a savings plan, right? Why should a male pay for a pap smear? Why should a woman pay for a prostate exam? It doesn't make sense to me. Obamacare, and me, I tried it. It did not work. It works well and until you have to use it. I'm referring to Obamacare. And for me, once again, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, only if you like the content. They had 42 days on a government shutdown to straighten it out. They could have straightened it out in 48 hours, the Democrats. And they're the ones who let the tax credit expire. They shut it down, right? People lost, went homeless because they didn't get their food stamps or SNAP benefits, whatever the hell you call them, right? And because they had all that time to come up with something that would work. If they came up with something that worked, then they would have a 30% chance to win midterms. No, really, let's be honest, Republicans and conservatives, right? They did nothing to try to help the healthcare system at all. Zero. They just continue to fight because why? They wanted to be free and give all that money, like Trump just said, President Trump just said, to the insurance companies. And who loses? We lose. we lose.
Everybody knows this is the best way to go, but the Democrats, they're bought and owned by the insurance companies. So let's see how many of them have the guts to vote for this. You know, we're putting in bills where all of that money, hundreds of billions of dollars, goes to the people to go out and buy your own health care. And everybody's different. Some are young people, some are older people. It's a much different, really, set of criteria. In 4 years under Biden, Democrats secured less than $1 trillion in new investments in our country. Think of that, though. And we've done in 10 months, we've set the all-time country record by many times. I'm going to get the exact numbers many times. 18, what are we over 18, right around 18 trillion. We could hit $20 trillion in the first year with 10 months, 18 trillion versus less than 1 trillion.
Hey, Dustin Nunez, how are you?
And I'll tell you what, it was going to go down if
Hello,
it wasn't going to be
hi.
like even anything. It would have been negative because companies were pouring out of our country. The stock market has set 51. This is in less than 10 months.
Nothing
The
is
stock
free.
market
Thank
has
you.
set 51 all-time record highs. There's never been anything like that. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. It's at, think of that, it's at 51 all-time record highs in less than 10 months. That was as of about 3 weeks ago. Before I entered office, 100% of all new net jobs were going to migrant workers. Think of that. 100% of new jobs were going to migrant. These are government numbers, by the way. These are not Trump numbers. These are government numbers because they say, well,
Fly,
Trump
Eagles,
come up with
fly.
these numbers.
What happened
No, I
on
didn't
last
come up.
night?
I'm just migrant workers and illegal aliens got 100%. But since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American citizens. How about that? Now, how about that?
Trump won. Get over it.
Even I will give myself a hand. Now, think of it. 100% went to American citizens before 100% went to people that came into the country illegally. Again, many of them from prisons, many of them gang members, drug members, Tren de Aragua. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. That's why when they ask about the economy, you know, you have fake polls. How's Trump doing? You hear these numbers. How's Trump doing on the economy? I was interviewed by a very hostile group today. I said, why am I doing these people? They're hostile. But they were relatively fair because they can't be. I don't mind. I can be interviewed by anybody. Were you concerned if you're doing badly? You don't want to be interviewed by bad people, but they can't do anything to you because the numbers speak. It was Politico. I did an interview today. It was a good interview
Whiskey
because I have
Tango,
no
thank
ammunition.
you. High five, fist bump.
One
Appreciate
person
it.
said to me, it's unbelievable. Our economy is unbelievable. There's never been anything. But the Democrats go out, prices are too high. Yeah, they're too high because they caused them to be too high. But now they're coming down. One of the most important ways we're defeating inflation is by unleashing American energy, including oil, gas, and clean, beautiful coal right
it.
here in the Commonwealth
And that's that.
of Pennsylvania.
And that's that. That's it. That's all you had to say. You get it?
Did you know I went to school in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, right? The great Wharton School of Finance. I love the Wharton School. Became a little liberal, but these are minor details. But the Wharton School, one of the greatest
hear you
schools
now.
in the world. I went here and loved it. I loved the school, and I love Philadelphia. Philadelphia's gotten a little rougher. But we're going to take it. And you have a great football coach, and you have a great running back, Saquon.
Let's go, Birds! Get your shit together! Italian coach! Trump
I got to know
supporters!
Saquon a little bit, and my hand will never be the same. I patted him on the back. I said, Saquon, let's go. You're my partner today. Let's go win. Because it was like I hit a piece of steel. I said, what the hell is with you, Saquon? That's pretty. He's good. But he's a better football player than he is a golfer. Trust me.
You know why the Eagles are losing? Take a guess. Take a guess. The quarterback. He didn't go to the White House. They didn't like that. Barkley didn't like that. Sirianni didn't like that. So what's he doing? He's throwing interceptions. That's why they're losing. The offensive line, they were good last night. They were good. Jalen Hurts, Democrat, didn't go. Says his dad was sick. Hope his dad wasn't sick. Didn't go to the White House, Jalen Hurts. Right? That's what's happening. Let's be honest. Nobody's saying that. Why? They're scared? That's the reason. Go Birds. Bench Hurts. Bench him. I'll jump in. I can play quarterback. I'm not old.
He's so strong. Those muscles are, yeah. But his football is great. His golf will be very good. Very good. But we won our match. And you do have a great coach. I was with you, Coach. I got a little streak going here.
It's Italian. What do you want?
But that'll change. But he's a great coach.
Great
coach.
He
won the whole deal, right? I got to know him last year when he came to the White House, and I said, this guy's a real...
And they want Sirianni fired. Why? They want him fired. It's a quarterback. Throwing interceptions. Can't shake off. He's not able to read other receivers. Come on. You want me to do an Eagles podcast? I could do that too. He's looking one direction. He don't support Trump. That's why the Eagles are losing.
He's a real leader. The players loved him. And you had some players that are just, really just fantastic guys. But you have a good football
right back
team.
To you,
it's
Nate.
really good to watch. But for 4 long years, Biden and the Democrats tried to endlessly kill Pennsylvania energy jobs. They worked so hard to kill the jobs. They wanted wind all over the place, Let's go buy those windmills for millions of dollars each from China. Every time it goes around, you lose $15. Did you know that? That's on average.
I didn't know that.
You're supposed to make money with energy.
Okay.
You're not supposed to lose money with energy. And everybody that's doing wind is in virtual bankruptcy right now. If you look at UK, I told the Prime, he's a nice man, Starmer.
Have a good night, Ohio.
I said, you have...
Take care, Steve.
A great energy source in the North Sea. Use it. Or you're not going to be in office very long. Their energy prices, they're putting wind all over Scotland.
Amazon has too many. Yeah, they're listening to music all day. Do their work. Do your job in Amazon. Do your job. That's all. You're getting paid. Do your job.
And all over the most beautiful fields in the world, Scotland. All over beautiful.
What's going on in New York City?
Where the hell did you come from? We have Scottish people. But they're putting wind all over Scotland. The people are not thrilled with it. And it's costing them a fortune. They have the most expensive energy. And I said,
if you do your job in Amazon or anywhere else, if you don't like the job, then go somewhere else. Right? You do your job, good things will happen.
I'm going to do you a favor. You could be there for a long time. Open up the North Sea oil. One of the greatest, and they like to say, well, it's very well depleted. No, it's good for another 500 years, and they haven't even found most of it yet. And if you look at Norway, they have a section of the North Sea, which in theory isn't as vibrant, and it's a very rich
Thank you for
country.
That comment.
They have a tremendous...
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the likes.
Because of the North Sea. But
thank you. You got to go.
UK
Appreciate you.
if they don't go back to oil... I think...
for those who got to run, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for all the likes. Make sure you have all notifications on for this live and all your favorite YouTube channels. Put the notifications on so you know when the hell they're going on, when I'm going on, right? Trump's the best, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. It's not about Donald Trump. It's not about the Republicans or MAGA, right? Not about the Democrats. It's about Karen. He is everything that we want to say, that most of us on here want to say, as most Americans wanted to say, but they can't. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, Will. And his voice is our voice. And for those who say, well, he cusses, this, that, whatever, you should know that's his language. He is for us. When he says garbage, it's garbage. Somehow, he's right. He said he's 100% correct. Fake news. It's all fake. Not one of it's, nothing's true. Nothing they ever say. Majority of the Democrats, 95% of them don't care about this flag. And when he was talking about men and women's sports, you see the Italian boxer? The man It was big. Don't belong. He's not against transgenders. I never heard him once. But see, the fake news will say he's not against. There's a transgender YouTube channel. She, he, whatever, does a great job. Trump's about. It's about them not being in men's sports or in the bathroom with your granddaughter or your daughter. Come on, it's common sense. It's not about. It's to each his own, and to make a decision at a age. I don't know what that age is. You know, a man becoming a woman, or a woman becoming a man. I don't know what that age is, but I can tell you this: it's not 12 years old or 15. You don't know what the hell you are. So, you know, he's certainly not against gay people. We have a lot of gay supporters on here. YMCA. It's about the American people. And it's not about he doesn't like Hispanics or this and that. He wants people coming here legally. But Somalia, they have nothing there to help us. And Ion, whatever her name is, Omar, is a disgrace. A disgrace. Scazziata in Italian. So is AOC. Now, they don't want to be here. They came here for a reason, to join this radical left, to take over. See, they didn't think Trump would be president, and that's why they're making up. Bottom line, they didn't think Trump's going to be president. That's why they come up with all these lies. 99.9, not 100%, are all lies. And look what happens. They continue to lose. So let them continue. I say, the only thing I say Trump's doing wrong is, I said this before, he's calling out the trolls, the late night TV. Let them go. Let them bury themselves. Nobody watches late night TV, a comic. Let them bury themselves, Trump. You know, let them just destroy themselves, because he has nothing. He's done nothing wrong. He's done everything correctly, honest, and yes, he cusses. So what? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to run off. I'll give everybody about 2 minutes for those who are interacting with each other to go ahead and say their good nights. I appreciate your attendance. I overwhelmed. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing these videos. Make sure you check out the shorts. We help out the homeless people when we can on here each and every day. We have one out there that I gave a blanket. Oh, I want to talk about that real quick. We gave a blanket, a brand new blanket, to a lady. She was in a bus stop, and a lot of people criticized her that she didn't say thank you. First of all, she said thank you. And then there's, oh, you had a camera on her face. She wasn't embarrassed. The lady was sleeping, just run down, having problems I won't discuss, who was very grateful, who I went back and I offered her some fazols. You know what she says? You've done enough. She could have simply took the money. She did not. She did not. She took the blanket and she took the sandwich. And there's so many people out there. And even the ones that are on, who are suffering from mental illness and their drug choice of themselves, they want help. They need help. So I encourage anybody out there in your neck of the woods, use your own judgment and help out when you can with your voice, a bottle of water, a cup of coffee, and a 5-minute conversation. And if we can help out one person every day, then we did a beautiful thing for America, helping out our fellow neighbors. And while these holidays are here, check up on your neighbors and elderly. Check out anybody. Ask them if they need any help. What's it take to help? They're not going to ask for thousands of dollars. They're asking for whatever help we should help out our neighbors and less fortunate. And we need, and I hope that Trump can do that. That's one thing he wants to. I want to see it and help out the homeless that escalated in the last 42 days of the government shutdown, escalated with Joe Biden and the committee. And it needs to be, we need to acknowledge that. And that's what we do on this channel. So thank you so much. Appreciate each every one of you. God bless you. God bless our president, our vice president, our secretary of state. And shout out to Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, who I didn't respect too much. I gained a little respect her lately, and Dan Bongino as well. I tell you, he's got a beautiful team. Third quarter is going to be amazing. Again, Trump's not perfect. I called him out. He hits a few bumps, but he's a hell of a lot better than the previous autopet, and a hell of a lot better than any president in our time. And I'm going to say by the end of the day, 20 years from now, 10 years, he'll go down as the best president ever, because he's a people's president. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Take care. Remember, one thing. Before you go online, it's great to go online and interact with people you're probably not going to meet. Spend time with yourself, your spouse, your partner, your kids, your grandkids before you go online. Shout out to, and make sure you show some love to the other YouTube channels. Take care, guys. I'm out. Trump, baby. He won. Get over it. Best president. Take care. I'm out. Take care. Thank you for all the likes. Appreciate it.